Hi everyone, my name is Kay Yong. I'm a lecturer at the University of Hong Kong. I'm both happy and excited to be one of the guest speakers of this conference. My topic today is a short introduction to the teaching pedagogy of an artificial intelligence text-based programming language, OpenCV. Now, let us begin. Let's spend the next 20 minutes to look into my study on the outcomes of teaching an artificial intelligence programming language to lower secondary school students. I'm using OpenCV with the library of finger or hand tracking. AI multimodal software can process a wide variety of inputs, written text, images, audio. Then it converts those into various outputs. They are not necessarily the same as the source type. For example, Google Multimodal Program Gemini can receive a photo of a book cover and generate a voice response to describe the brief content of the book. Technology based on multimodal artificial intelligence are the driver for technological innovation and economic growth. They are also playing an increasing prominent roles in teenagers' everyday life. Previous research in the field of secondary students' computer interaction has proposed curriculum and learning activities. However, there's still a shortage of study which specifically address the pedagogical design for teaching novice programmers in multimodal AI text-based programming. Text-based programming is an intellectually essential skill and is considered useful. We will look into several classroom pedagogies. The first one, classroom-based argumentation in STEM elementary lessons. In this method, teacher is going to discuss and let the children to argue over some facts and some coding arrangement. Parsons problem. In this approach, learners are given all the lines of code needed to solve a problem. However, the lines has been jumbled. Learners are asked to reorganize the code into the correct orders. Pair programming suggests two people work together to design, code, and test. It is used to great effect in both educational and professional contexts. PRIM. In this teaching approach, the classroom pedagogical design will break into several steps. The learners will have to predict, run, investigate, modify, and make. Pedagogy of technological coding lesson could always consider to include the technological affordance of the coding language. The affordances are their specific application that other technologies may not provide. For example, machine learning. It is able to provide the possibility to predict, forecast, and to suggest the incoming circumstances. SQL databases. You can store the real-time data from various sources, then retrieve them from anywhere. OpenCV. Digital cameras are available everywhere nowadays. They are capable of capturing images, videos, movement, and turn the inputs into meaningful information. AR emerges virtual world and the physical. Therefore, it could pull animated information, images, text to appear next to anything you can see in physical world. It enriches us in many industries, medical, e-commerce, and many others. In this presentation, I'm going to use OpenCV as an example. Let us look into what is OpenCV. OpenCV is a part of artificial intelligence. It helps computer to gain meaningful insight from the data provided to the system. So the data might come from images, videos, or any other visual inputs. And the program is able to make relevant decisions based on the knowledge it acquires from the given data. Let me show you with some examples. OpenCV can read videos, images, just like human does. OpenCV can detect the feeling of the persons appear in the videos. I designed the lesson project by using print pedagogies. Students in the class have the basic knowledge in HTML and JavaScript. There are a total of 20 lessons. At the beginning of the lesson, I show them the expected final outcomes. They have to design an ethical purchasing web page with OpenCV. The project has been divided into 4 main parts. The first one, they move the finger into the box and the color changes. The second one, when they move the finger into the box, they hear sounds. And the third one, when they move the finger into the box, the sentence changes. And the last one, they will need to learn how to create a database with a table. So when they type something on the web page, so the system will pull the information direct from the table and display it on the screen.
Economy class. Premium class. Business class.
1, 2, 3.
This is how the sequence of the lesson are arranged. It is arranged according to the PRIM pedagogies. From the student perspective, a set of code will be provided to every group. I will explain the set of codes to them. Then, some simple question will be given. They will need to attempt to change, to predict, then to run the program, and to investigate if any problem arises. Once they can get the result, they are allowed to join or enter the second part. So in the second part or the second stage, a more major change will be given. And finally, they are asked to create a new task based on the combination of the four previous or smaller parts of the program. In the last part, let us look into the findings of the studies. I would like to share the findings with the following 4 points. Next to this slide, I will show 2 examples. To improve the learning outcomes, individualization is very important. It means we provide more scenario and examples to our learners. Point 1, reading code before you write. Explain in details and split the code into smaller parts. Give a small task in each of them. Point 2, work collaboratively to talk about the program. Give some examples with the codes and provide an opportunity for each group to create effects of their own choice. Point 3, reduce cognitive load by unpacking, understanding what program code is doing. You can help them to solve their problem. This is a very time-consuming task to the teachers, but it helps. Point 4, after they are able to complete smaller tasks and some ideas of their own choices, gradually give a more difficult task for them to take ownership of program when they show their readiness. Let's look at 2 examples. They refer to the first 2 points. Explain to them how to access to the library, how to change the screen size, give a smaller task for them to do so. How the system can detect the fingers, how to create the box, can I use different fingers? Or can I change the color of the box? Beside the finding that I've just mentioned, there are some additional points arise. The first one is bring your own device. Students, in fact, are advisable to bring their own device to the classroom. They need to set up their own local coding environment, like in SQL Server. They need to set up their own databases inside their own computers. Like in Python, in fact, we need a lot of library well installed in your own computers. Another point where I would like to highlight is When you are dealing with artificial intelligence related program or programming, in fact, you might need a tablet computers together with your desktop. The reason behind is you need the desktop with keyboard for you to write your code. And at the same time, it needs a lot of sensors where you can only get them from a tablet computers. Another advice is to get a laptop tablets. So when you select a device for your students and to learn coding, in fact, this is of the greatest concern in the classroom. Another aspect, in fact, when you run an AI-rated coding program in your classroom, students, in fact, might need to capture the pictures, they might need to sense the surrounding, and to some extent, they need to compare the differences between what happened previously and what is going to happen later. So it is totally a multi-dimensional interface. To conclude, we need to introduce artificial intelligence text-based coding lesson in the classroom. So let us stop pretending that it doesn't exist. Use artificial intelligence alongside with our students. Thank you. And the most importantly, I would like to thank the organizing chairperson, committee members, and all the participants to make this conference possible. I wish you all the best, and I really hope to meet you in the coming ICTC conference. Thank you and goodbye. Well, lastly, thank you for your time, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you today. If you need further information, feel free to contact me. I'll try my very best to reply.